magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Very, very beautiful Sunday morning. At si Kamentong po in a very brand new program courtesy of Ang Maestro, our guru, Ado Paglinawan, who is with us today. And this is, of course, again, I repeat, Kamentong, in a brand new program we will call Talk News Radio or Talk News Global Radio, live streaming sa internet, and we will also be uploading this with post-production insertions, mga images and so on sa YouTube. Kasi maraming naghahanap po ng ating Talk News TV, dating nasa Global News Network, at mga 2 buwan na po tayo nagpahinga po doon dahil nagkaroon ng corporate shake-up. At we are now on radio, waiting to go back on TV, but we don't really need TV these days because we have the global internet, Facebook, YouTube, and so on. Kahit sa Facebook, maraming fake news, fake checkers, we can still survive there. But in the meantime, naghihintay po tayo sa ibang mga global powers to set up their own new Facebook. We will talk about all these things. Hinihintay po natin ang ating contact sa Beijing, China, sa interview na Ambassador Chito Sta Romana is already knows, and he just messengered us last night, and we are now arranging the direct contact with Chito Sta Romana. He requested that we do this 8 to 8:30 kasi 8:30 meron silang meeting ni DFA Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin, the beloved of Ado Paglinawan. We will listen to Ado's critics later on. We also have our colleague, scholar, academe, and now consultant sa Kongreso, si Celso Cainglet. Celso, say hello to our audience.
Good morning, magandang umaga po, at ako'y nagagalak na nandito ngayon.
Siguro na tutunugan niyo may kaunting Ilonggo accent. Ito naman sa kabila si Ado Paglinawan, habang hinintay natin si Chito Sta Romana.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Narito na po ang panibagong karagdagang mukha ng Ang Maestro Timothy Unfinished Revolution. Nagkaroon po kami ng kaunting creative idea na extend ito or simulan ang ating linggo, because linggo is the start of the week, no? At simulan ang ating Ang Maestro Timothy nang medyo maaga-aga naman. Dahil 4 to 6 po tayo from Monday to Friday, hindi naman lahat ay nakakadalo. So sa pamamagitan po ng generosity ng ating co-anchor na si Kamentong Laurel, ay pinaunlakan niya na siya mag-moderate nitong roundtable natin tuwing linggo 8 to 10 in the morning na Talk News TV nga, more or less. At dito po kaanib natin ang isang NGO, ang Philippine BRICS Society. Ito po ang society ng mga Pilipinong kaagibat ng Brazil, Russia, India, China at South Africa. And hopefully maging BRICS na po yan para madagdag dyan ang Pilipinas. So balik po tayo kay Kamentong Laurel.
Ang Philippine BRICS po, ang ibig sabihin po, Philippines, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, BRICS, Strategic Studies. Isang think tank po na nagsusuri po ng mga pangyayari sa buong mundo po natin at inuugnay po sa mga advokasya natin dito sa Pilipinas. Siyempre, ang ating advocacy ay yung kapakanan ng sambayanang Pilipino. 110 milyones po sa kasalukuyan at tuloy-tuloy na lumalaki. Scheduled to be one of the top 20 economies of the world by 2050. Yung ba ay ating makakamit? Ayan hindi po problemang maabot po natin kung tama tuloy-tuloy na ang ating direksyon sa bayang ito at tuluyang iwanan na natin ang mga dilawan. Habang hinahanda po ang ating contact kay Ambassador Chito Sta Romana, direct from Beijing. As we promise you, this is the first taste of our program for Sunday. This will enliven your Sunday. Si Kachito, nandyan na ba si Kachito? Chito Sta Romana, and we call him Chito Sta Romana because he has been our comrade since the college days. At ako'y napasubo sa aktivista at hindi po naging bilyonaryo tulad ng mga kapatid ko dahil sa aktivismo. Maraming salamat, Ambassador Chito Sta Romana.
Hi, Mentor. Mentor, kumusta ka?
Mabuti naman.
Calling from Beijing.
Kayo nga dyan kayo nga dyan kaming interesado
Okay.
kasi ang daming nangyayari dyan. Go ahead please, Mr. Ambassador.
Wow, I suppose you follow the news on the newspapers.
Yes,
no? Pero
definitely.
The key point is, one, si Presidente Duterte pumunta rito, lumahok doon sa Belt and Road International Forum. Second, na kausap niya si President Xi. Nagkaroon siya ng Xi Jinping, no? Nagkaroon sila ng bilateral. Of course, they resolved to move the relations forward, to move the friendship and cooperation. They touched on the dispute. Binring out ni Presidente yung issue ng pag-asa, yung issue ng West Philippine Sea. Tapos binring up din niya yung Arbitral Tribunal Award. Si President Xi, of course, maintained China's position. They don't recognize the Arbitral Award. But on the issue of the West Philippine Sea, sinabi niya na they will handle it properly, no? And that they will stick to their policy of peaceful development, no? Ang ibig sabihin nito, as during our earlier talks with Chinese diplomats at working level, that they committed not to use force against yung Philippine units, no? Philippine soldiers, Philippine civilians, and that they will not occupy Pag-asa by force. As for yung fisherman natin, sabi nila they will safeguard the traditional fishing rights of Filipinos. Pero kasali din doon na merong traditional fishing rights din ang Chinese fishermen doon. Kaya ang point dito kasi doon sa Pag-asa, very close, no? Yung hawak nating teritoryo at yung kanilang occupied na teritoryo is really within 12 to 14 miles of each other. Sa gitna pa noon, meron pang yung controversial, yung Sandy Cay. Kaya doon na nagkakaroon ng problema. Pero the point here is this, no? Both sides agreed na ipatuloy pag-usapan yung differences, try to resolve this peacefully, diplomatically, and over time, and manage it para hindi maging crisis, hindi maging to avoid conflict, miscalculation, and most of all, that the territorial and maritime dispute or the current controversy should be handled in a way na hindi magiging obstacle, no, sa development ng bilateral relations. So that was pretty good. It was pretty good. Tapos nag-witness din si President Duterte ng signing of agreements, yung mga ito inter-business, no? Meron ding intergovernmental, pero there were 2 or 3 MOUs, no, on education, on drug rehabilitation, on economic cooperation. China committed to help, no, yung typhoon, yung earthquake victims, and they also committed to help yung Build and New program with a grant na naman, no, of around 7-8 billion pesos, no. Mm-hmm. Parang kung saan kailangan ng gobyerno natin to, siyang mag-decide kung saan niya gagamitin to, no. But most of all, President Duterte was able to give his perspective, no, dun sa Belt and Road Forum. Kahapon kasama ko nga siya. I was there when he gave a talk, and he made 2 points, no. Two key points. One, that development, we welcome all development aid from all countries, but this should lead to capacity building and not to dependence, no. That he made clear. And second, that he's calling on the international community, to protect yung marine resources, particularly in the case of the Philippines. At saka subject tayo sa typhoons because of climate change. So we're very concerned about this. And he basically said that, this is something that should be a matter of concern for the international community. So it was a very successful visit. He also met with Premier Li Keqiang, and he expressed the same themes no?
Mhm.
The point being, it's basically an enunciation of our independent foreign policy. Now, in the U.S.-China rivalry, our basic position is the Philippine interest. We do not wish to get involved, but we call for peace, a peaceful and peace and stability in the South China Sea, in the West Philippine Sea, and that the Philippines will play a constructive role and will not aggravate or promote,
Yes, yes.
yung strategic rivalry.
Yes,
So
yes.
so it covered a lot of ground. The talks were very constructive, friendly, and very frank.
Mhm. May
Na-reach na nila yung level of friendship and intimacy that they can exchange views forthrightly, even on differences,
Mhm.
and agree to disagree, but agree to move forward and to resolve the matters through diplomatic channels and through peaceful means.
Okay. Mr. Ambassador, give us a flavor of your life right now there after this hectic 2 days. Naka-Amerikana ka na kasi siguro may meeting ka nga 8:30 kay
I just put on my tie, and
Okay.
my shirt and tie, prepared to have wear my coat kasi malamig pa dito eh.
yun.
Nung dumating yung presidente, alam mo, I was wearing, spring na, kaya kung tanghali, medyo 20 degrees, ganyan. Medyo may sunlight, kaya halos minsan parang Manila in December, no?
Mhm.
Kaya lang sa gabi, nung dumating siya, mga alas 8 na, umuulan na, malamig pa.
Aha.
And nakapayong ako, iniintay ko yung bumaba siya. Nanginginig yung pa ako eh. Saka yung kamay ko.
Okay.
Kasi lamig,
Ganyan kalamig,
hindi ko dala yung aking gloves. At saka yung winter, Anyway, kahapon din, pag-alis niya, although it was earlier, it was slightly cold, pero okay lang. Ngayon naman, nandito pa si Foreign Secretary Locsin. In a while, I'll be meeting with him, so I have to go to the hotel nga, and then meet with him, and we'll send him off later today, and pabalik na siya dyan. Tapos meron pang ilang cabinet ministers nandito that will
Yes.
basically go through today is everybody's going home, and including the media.
Aha.
So I was able to meet yung Malacanang press corps dito.
Yes, nakita ko yung mga pictures niyo.
Yeah. And so there were a lot of opportunities. Ang pinaka din diyan yung signing of agreements, kasi ito hindi na ito kumbaga sa loan or intergovernmental, company to company.
Mhm.
Tsaka yung mga purchaser ng China na bibili ng more mangoes, and now yung young coconuts kasi bagong entry yan sa product list na bibili ng China. So a lot of new developments. There was an agreement, yung company Transec. It's a company headed by Buddy Zamora and a Chinese company. They will build yung free Wi-Fi system around the country. And
Free
they will
Wi-Fi.
start muna
Okay.
Free Wi-Fi. It's actually with government support on both sides, on the Philippine side, at saka dito yung kapartner nila is CITIC, which is a SOEE here, and they're planning to invest in it.
SOE, state-owned enterprise.
State-owned
Okay.
enterprise. It's a government company here in China. Isa pa yung paggawa ng hydropower sa dams sa Pulangi.
Pulangi, Agus
Cotabato.
Pulangi. Oo.
Agus Pulangi, exactly.
Mhm.
It's one of the most backward areas now. They need this badly, and it's worth about $800 million. And they think in a year or two matatapos to. Tapos si Dennis Uy also signed his agreement with China Telecom. It's a $5 billion agreement. It was on the sidelines of the Belt and Road Forum. They signed it together with a company, a Chinese state-owned company, and yung company of the Gatchalians, and it's something to do with yung reclamation and building dyan sa Manila Bay, actually, sa likod ng grandstand.
Aha.
So that will proceed, So madami nangyayari
Yes,
yung
yeah.
industrial city na gagawin sa Clark, tapos meron ding plano sa Bulacan, a smaller scale. So a lot of things actually. I'm learning also as I go along kasi hindi ko na masundan lahat ng agreements. So I get an overview, I get a list, and then I witness the agreement. Doon ko nalaman yung ilang detalye. But this is all been vetted by DTI, by the Office of the President, and then we facilitate the exchange of documents. So there's a whole range. So basically, para maintindihan ng mga nakikinig sa atin, we continue to uphold yung national sovereignty and our sovereign rights by bringing up the issue with the Chinese side, with President Xi, with Premier Li. We discuss it with them directly, face to face, and in a friendly but very frank meetings, and the results are quite constructive. I think it is a way to ease the tension, to avoid miscalculation, and to focus, no? Kung saan ba talaga may problema, alin ang dapat, where we can't agree, we agree to disagree, and then we focus on what areas we can proceed, we can agree, and areas of cooperation. Kaya ito yung dual track approach, no? Yung areas na wala naman tayong disputes, wala namang contentious issue, fast forward tayo dyan. Kaya yung economic cooperation, yung investment, tourism, nandito si Sec Berna Romulo, Tourism Secretary, and she had a meeting with her counterpart, and they agreed not to promote sustainable tourism. Nandito din si Sec Belio.
Yun, magandang ikwento mo kung anong mga response doon sa mga nababalita ang reklamo dito.
Yun sa issue ng illegal workers, we talked about it. I mean, we had our own talk ourselves because I brought up the concern na, alam mo, pag dito sa Beijing, sa aming embassy dito sa Beijing, the Philippine Embassy, of course, as part of promoting tourism, we issue visas, no, to Chinese tourist groups. Diyan sa mga visang yan, naka-stamp dyan, not for employment. Tapos yung mga accredited travel agencies, accredited to DOT, tourism, at accredited sa Chinese and Filipino tour groups, pagka sila nagsalang ng visa applications, they have the responsibility to vet these applicants. Tapos pagdating namin, ministerial, we issue the visas. They are responsible din na ibalik lahat yan. So, pagka hindi nila nabalik, naapektuhan yung next batch na hihingi nila, hindi mai-issuean. Ang sabi nila, ang nalaman ko, except kung nakakuha ng work permits or what they call the special work permits sa Pilipinas na ini-issue ng Bureau of Immigration. So, yun ang parang isang, kumbaga sa doon nanggagaling yung what we see as the surge, no? So sabi ni Sec Belliot, they are coming out with the guidelines, no? Na ganito. Ang pwede lang magtrabaho sa Pilipinas or issue ng work permits, they will highlight it basically yung mga tinatawag na where Filipinos cannot work. There are categories. I think he mentioned 14 categories and only limited yung ilan where foreign workers, including Chinese, can be given permits. Others, they cannot. So, magkakaroon ng guidelines na gano'n para nun ma-tighten, no? At saka, those who are already there, i-document at kailangan magbayad ng taxes. So, that's the mapping they have to do, no? Kung sino mga nandun. So yun ang steps na Secretary Bello was telling me. As for yung domestics or yung maari magtrabaho dito, pinag-uusapan pa ito ng two sides. Sa ngayon, I want to emphasize this, meron kasing pumupunta dito mga Pinoy-Pinay na hinahire ng ilang recruitment agencies na sabi, pumunta kayo, tourist visa, pero pagka doon, hanap namin kayo ng trabaho. Unfortunately, dito, stricto sila. Wala pa kasing labor agreement, wala pang model employment contract na napagkasunduan yung dalawang sides. Illegal to seek employment here kung walang work visa. Kaya last year, almost more than 1,000 were detained, arrested, and they were discovered, and they were deported back. No? Kaya pinag-uusapan pa. There are prospects though for the future pagka tinatawag na yung semi-skilled or skilled, marunong mag-English, may training for caregivers and nurses. Pero intayin ang balita bago bago pumunta dito. Sa ngayon, ang legal na yung mga college level teachers na magtuturo dito sa universidad ng English. No?
Yes.
The hiring process is going on, and there's a quota of 2,000 Filipinos to be hired for the September school term. No?
Yeah.
The school term that will open in September.
Mr. Ambassador, just two personalities
Okay.
that are there now. Si Darren Espanto, yung singer natin na imbitado kumanta doon. Have you had a chance to meet him there?
No, kasi sa ano siya, nasa Hunan.
Hunan,
Nasa
okay.
TV show. Last year,
yes.
kumanta doon si... I went there nung kumanta yung the lady singer.
Yes,
Last year. So ngayon, si Darren ngayon. Hinihintay ko nga kung magtatagal siya doon or if he will continue, we may plan a trip to meet him there. No? Pero hindi siya nakadalo dito sa BRF.
Okay. And what about si Miss yung PNA?
No. She was there.
She was there.
Sa briefing.
Sa BRI.
We invited her.
Okay.
Tsaka yung sa Malacanang press corps briefing. And then she was there also when the other press events. Well, we invite her. We because she covers yung Philippine-China relations.
Yes.
At saka we're in close touch with her.
So you have met Chris Mundo. You have met her. Yeah, she's
I adore
she
her.
won the essay, no? Sa
That's right. That's right. On the Belton Road.
On the Belton Road.
Pinag-usapan namin siya. She got, I think, the second prize.
That's right.
She was one of the top prize winners.
Yeah.
That's right.
May dalawang, well, of course, si Ferdy Passion is with us. Si Celso Cainglet is with us. They have some points they'd like to bring up with you. Celso, please.
Good morning, Mr. Ambassador. Good to hear you again. And congratulations for a very successful visit of President Duterte. I have one comment and one question.
Yes.
Yung disputed area kasi, traditional fishing ground yan eh. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng bansa pwedeng mangisda dyan.
Yes.
As long as hindi commercial fishing. Pag sinabing commercial fishing, that is a vessel 30 tons and above.
Right.
Number two, any development on the hiring of Filipino domestic workers in China?
Doon sa traditional fishing area, yes, this is one thing that the two presidents discussed. Si President Xi said, exactly, at saka si Premier Lee was saying, traditional fishing area yan, kaya they want to safeguard both Filipinos and Chinese. Kasi talagang traditional fishing area. Pangalawa doon sa hiring, pinag-uusapan pa, Secretary Bello, I told him na, continue with the discussions, come up with the contract model, whatever we've had, a template we've had, for example, with Hong Kong. Kasi ang problema dito ganito meron ng mga Pilipino, Pinay na nagtatrabaho dito, nakakakuha sila kaagad ng trabaho kahit na tourist visa sila. Kasi ang demand, ang lakas. The Chinese middle class and the upper middle class, kumbaga naiinggit na sila dun sa Hong Kong. Sabi nila, bakit doon pwede?
Sabi ng China.
Pwede. Ang problema, merong domestic resistance. Kasi may surplus labor dito.
Correct.
Sabi na, bakit pa kayo kukuha ng Pinay sa labas? Madami na natin Chinese people.
Ang gusto kasi nila, hindi lang magiging, for example, nani, kundi gusto pa nila magturo ng English yung mga anak nila.
Exactly. Kaya ang sagot, ang area na we're trying to get, we'll consider this na parang caregivers or skilled household, skilled workers. Para kasi English speaking,
correct,
tapos merong certain level of skill at gusto din nila ng nurses.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Ambassador,
we're working in that direction.
Celso, we have 4 minutes left kasi you have to go to Secretary Locsin.
I have to go in about 8:30.
Si Ferdy Passion. Ferdy.
Yeah, we all know that education is one part na kung paano napalapit ang mga Pilipino sa Amerika dahil binigyan ng mga scholarship sa Amerika.
Ayun. Yes.
Dito pa sa China, can we expect thousands of Filipinos to be given scholarships?
Baka tens muna, dozens muna, and then we hope to move to the hundreds and the thousands. Kasi ang nangyari ganito, dati yata 10 lang or tapos tinaas sa 20 yung number of government scholarship. Ngayon naging 50. Ito yung central government. Now, each university, major university, yung Peking University, Tsinghua University sa Beijing, sa Shanghai, sa Guangzhou, at kasali na dyan yung Guangxi, no? Kasi sila yung parang madami dong Southeast Asian Studies Center. They are offering their own scholarships, no? So that's why I expect na from dozens to hundreds in the first few years, and then eventually will work their way up. And the reason I say that kasi nagpunta ako dun sa Southwest China, na madami nag-aaral na Southeast Asian students, na I attended one gathering. Wow, siguro hundreds of Vietnamese and Cambodians and Laotians. Sabi ko, nasa ng mga Pinoy? Sabi na, wala. Sabi na, but if you could bring them here, they could study undergrad, no? Or kung gusto nila mag-aral mo ng Chinese and then you use it as a medium, meron ding English language program only. No? Pero karamihan ngayon dito, mga MA level and PhD level na purely English. Kaya those who want to go directly. Kasi ang problema kasi yung culturally, yung kailangan mag-aral, pag-aralan muna yung Chinese and then you use it as the medium. Yun ang pinakamahirap eh. Kaya the Chinese are also designing English language only programs from undergrad to grad meron na eh. So I expect we are working in that direction. We are starting first ngayon ang tingin ko we're reaching hundreds, no? Pero if you count the whole country, no? Pero yung assured na central government scholarship na competitive, dadaanin yan sa CHED, sa DFA, our own embassy will come up with announcements. Those who are interested, yan 50. And then each university, I know it's a bit of a challenge, pero those interested should check the website of Peking University, the major universities in China, at kung saan nila gusto mag-aral. Merong allotments for particularly for Southeast Asia.
We have 1 minute left, Mr. Ambassador.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we'll give that to you. But before that, 5 seconds lang. Please extend to Secretary Locsin our congratulations. He has turned around the propaganda campaign here in the Philippines, and seized the initiatives of Amboy propaganda laban sa Philippine-China relations. So that was a very good move on his part and your part and the government's part. Pero the last 60 seconds, please, your final wrap-up, Mr. Ambassador.
Okay. Well, I think ganito, the prospects are bright, no, for Philippines-China relations, but the challenges are real. Pero I think we have found an approach. If we use an adversarial, magpa-file ka lang ng kaso, dadaanin mo sa megaphone diplomacy, tapos sigawan, demo lang, ay walang mangyayari. Ang mangyayari niyan, although they want to arouse Filipino nationalism against Chinese nationalism, a battle of nationalisms will only lead to conflict and eventually war. I think in our case, we are trying to seek a peaceful and diplomatic approach, and that is basically what we're doing. On the challenges, the disputes, we discuss with the Chinese. We have the bilateral consultative mechanism, no? And we have the president and the foreign secretary. When they come here, they bring it up. And then on the areas na wala tayong pinagtataluhan, basically we can fast forward and do all this. Yung sinasabing debt trap, it's definitely based on fear, not on fact, no? Less than 1% pa lang ngayon yung utang. Kahit na pautangin pa tayo, less than 5%. Japan is already 9%. What we're trying to do is a diversified portfolio of ODA to the country of official development assistance. And as for those who say na is this are we becoming a colony? That again is based on fear, no? Ang issue lang dito talagang meron tayong territorial differences, no? Dispute at maritime. Pero there is no the government and the Filipino people will not give up their national independence and sovereignty.
Yes. So, Mr. Ambassador, I'll close this with just a few comments. Unang-una, kaya nagka-Second World War because of the level ng dispute noon, puro nationalism. I think China's Belt and Road is bringing the international relations to a new level of win-win. Yun ang message malinaw. May bagong vision for humanity. I will not spend the next seconds lecturing anyone, pero we have more Sundays, Mr. Ambassador, to enjoy. I hope you have coffee or tea with you next week again and the week after, and we'll try to arrange with you again. Si Ferdy insists on a few more seconds for himself. Sige, Ferdy.
In behalf of the Association of Filipino Overseas Workers Incorporated, of which I am the president, hindi po interesado ang mga OFW sa gera. Ang gusto po ng OFW, makapagtrabaho sa China. Kaya inip na po kami.
I know. Habang usapan nalutas na yung teachers, now we'll focusing on yung caregivers and nurses.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Mr. Ambassador, and please congratulate. Please extend our congratulations to Secretary Loxinoso. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Sige po, have a good cold day in Beijing. Hindi ko na natanong yung smog, kung yung air pollution nandoon pa, pero actually we know na napakalaking nabawas na po because sa China, when they decide to solve a problem, they solve it. Yun ang gusto natin dito sa bayan natin. When there's a problem, nalulutas natin. Ang problema sa mga dilawan, 30 taon binigay sa kanila. Ka-Ferdy?
Walang nagawa. Mali pa nga yung pinuntahan Imbis na sa Itlos, dun sa hindi naman korte.
That's right. Anyway, Celso, you're going to say?
Yeah, follow up lang dun sa traditional fishing ground. Kadalasan kasi sa mga fake news, may pinapalabas na yung Chinese Coast Guard na harass daw yung mga fishermen natin. Karamihan sa mga picture na pinapakita, lumang-luma na inuulit-ulit lang. At saka talagang may mga nangyayari na tinatabo yung fishermen natin. Kasi ako malapit ako sa Coast Guard, at sa kanila ko rin nalaman to.
Ikaw nga nagpakilala ka sa akin kay Admiral Garcia,
yung OIC
ng dating Coast Guard.
Usually, tinataboy sila doon sa loob ng Scarborough Shoal.
Bibiting kita doon ng sandali dahil we have every 30 minutes a station break. Okay.
Sunday morning, up with the lark. I think I'll take a walk in the park. Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. I've got someone waiting for me. And when I see her, I know that she'll say